Yes, hey folks, Tim, aka Faceless Fat Loss here. Tim, also known as Faceless Fat Loss. We need to cover pH now, which stands for potential hydrogen, which has to do with the acid conditions or alkaline conditions in our internal environment. This is the hydrogen atom here. The universe is composed of nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, being the three gases there, and carbon the solid. Everything is made up of those four elements. The hydrogen atom is a particularly fascinating atom to focus on. The body's pH is very misunderstood. Very misunderstood. I'm surprised at the information that's available out there, and gosh, I won't claim to understand it fully myself, but the research has been going on for decades, and it's something that we need to learn about and be conscious of in our efforts to absolutely maintain a superior state of health, but also lose weight and lose fat. The general theory goes, as I've stated before, that most overweight people likely have a candida issue. It can also be stated that nearly all overweight people have an overacidic condition. Fat cells help buffer an overacid condition from damaging the internal organs. So, it remains very misunderstood. Let me switch pictures here. People who do searches on the body's pH will find that we need to be more alkaline. And in general, that is true. That's what we need. But what people are misunderstanding is this is a chart of acid going down the scale from 7 down to 1 is getting more and more acid, and from 7 going up, 8, 9, 10 gets more and more alkaline, 7 being neutral. What we want, ideally, is our saliva and urine tests to be in the 6.8 to 7.2 range. It's not the case that the more alkaline we are, the better we are, and it's a great misconception people have. Our internal organs have various degrees of acidity and alkalinity. A great example would be your digestive tract depends on an acid type environment for digestive purposes. And our skin has a different pH. So the best time to test your pH, there's strips available you can use to test your urine, is in the morning, first thing in the morning, and it will fluctuate throughout the day constantly. And the ideal range is the 6.8 to 7.2, striving for the upper end of that as best you can towards the 7.2. The ideal blood levels should be at the 7.35 to 7.45 range. The main reason why the alkalinity is so focused on, get more alkaline, be more healthy by becoming more alkaline, is because in general the Western diet has made us very acid, towards a more acidosis type of condition. The way to correct this is through our foods. The thing that people misunderstand is that they think that if I consume an acid type of food, that's going to make me more acid, or an alkaline food is going to make me more alkaline. Don't think of it in those terms. Think of it in terms of foods that are acid forming or alkaline forming. A great example is lemons. If you drink lemon water, you would think it's counterintuitive in a way that this acidic type of fruit is going to make me more acid. It does not. When it's broken down in the body, it unquestionably makes the body more alkaline. In general, all the foods I've told you guys about in the past that are, quote, bad for you, as a general rule, are acid-forming foods. I will provide more information in the future about more specifics. In general, all of the research that's been done about what foods contribute to acid forming or alkaline forming there's controversy, there's disagreement between what foods do which, and that's partly because the internal environment is constantly changing in that regard. But I've found a good chart that I will try to get up as soon as I can regarding which foods are alkaline forming and which foods are acid forming. But for now, really, the foods I've told you about in the past that are alkaline forming, that are healthy, are alkaline forming where the rest are not. Great example would be greens, green veggies, chlorophyll-filled foods like spirulina, chlorella, wheatgrass juice. These are all definitely alkaline forming foods. Now, another great example of an acid forming food would be soft drinks. Now, what's interesting about a great way to do a memory anchor here is the more acid you go down the pH scale, the more soft you are, the more alkaline, the more hard you are. Soft drinks, there's a picture of one right there. Think of them as being much more acid, and they do create a much more acid environment within the body. Sugar absolutely is an acid-forming food. To throw a wrench into this a little bit, most of us have an acidosis condition going on, but there are occasions when people have an over-alkaline condition going in their bodies. Remember, we need the balance for optimal performance, right in that 7.2 range, 6.8 to 7.2 range. But occasionally people do get more alkaline, so we want to bring that back down. Again, referencing all that information out there that says you want to be more and more alkaline, misleading people to think that the more alkaline we are, the better. No, we want balance, balance, balance. People who are more alkaline actually are in that condition due to an acidosis type condition. What's happening is there's more ammonia present in the body, so the body tries to overcompensate by overdoing the acid. And so, again, that seems kind of counterintuitive as well. The way to counter it is, again, to bring in more alkaline forming foods to tone that huge acidity condition that's going on, that's trying to tone the over-alkaline condition that's going on. That is the way that what the research bears out, folks. That's the way it works. So, as an aside, what contributes to the acidic environment? The grains. Once again, you've heard me cover the grains and all the bad foods. Yeast and fungus thrive in an overly acidic body. There's products out there that claim to bring down or bring up the alkalinity in the body to make us more alkaline. I honestly have not researched them that much because we know that diet, more than anything, will get us to where we're trying to be with a balanced pH level. So, I don't have any comment on all the products that claim to make us more alkaline, but we do know that these certain foods, especially the green foods, will definitely help contribute to a more alkaline environment. More information to come. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. Love, happiness, health, and peace.